Hey guys, thanks for joining me. And if you like what you see, please subscribe.
Hello, peoples. Welcome to Sharp Ends. I can't thank the generosity and support of my viewers highly enough. Uh, a guy who shares a lot of the same taste as mine, comments on my videos often, had heard me say I'd never had a Joker before and I'd really wanted to pull the trigger on one, but I just haven't gotten around to it. He's also seen some of my other videos where I like small in-pocket carries and stuff like that. And he said, you know what? I've got a Joker here, which I haven't used at all, and I think it's perfect for your channel. I'm going to give it to you. So he's given this to me. I'm going to check it out and with you guys, and we'll take a look. So this is my first Joker, made in Spain, and this is, I believe, the Nessmuk or the Muck, or it is a Nessmuk version of it. And I believe that this one is around $150 on Amazon. I'll try to put a link down below. So I haven't taken a look at this, but we're going to check it out together. I think this is 14C28N, which is one of my favorite budget steels of all time. Great steel. And yeah, I mean, he basically just hasn't used this. I mean, I have a lot of knives and I try to use them as much as I can, but there's only so many days in the year. And if you've got like 100 knives, what are the chances of you using them all the time? Let's take a look at this together though. But first, hey, smash that like button, leave a comment. It really helps the channel. And as always, thank you to my viewers, like low country hillbilly, who, that's a great handle, and to my Patreon supporters. Let's take a look at this. Oh yeah, so definitely it's got the muck design in there. Okay, so this is called the Nessmuk S, and it's a Scandi grind, and 14C28N is going to be able to take a nice razor sharp finish. It won't stay as sharp as long as something like A2, but it is a great steel, and when it's heated treated correctly, a little bit of stropping will get it back razor sharp. Looks like it has G10 liners and some kind of wood scale handles, probably swamp bog oak or something like that, which is actually really good because it's already been penetrated by a lot of water. And I say that because of these black lines in here. Tells me that I think that this was something that came from a swamp. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. So Scanvic 14C28N, yep, Spain, which is really cool. I actually grew up in Spain until I was 8. Before moving to the States. My parents were American citizens, but they lived over there. And so me not having a Joker is another big shame of mine. But yeah, you can see this is great. So a lot of people are like, well, what is up with this? What is up with this? Why this hump here? And I've got other versions I'm going to show you. For number one, this is the Bark River version, the Nessmuk from Bark River. So why this hump? That hump is there to, when you skin an animal, you can use the backside of it to scrape and to get that hide clean. That's really what it's for. I have researched Nessmuk himself and read his book. Great book. You should try that out. He was a trapper and a field guide in the Adirondacks in the late 1800s. And basically kind of revolutionized and started camping with, lightweight camping. He had a canoe, which was like 10 pounds. And he had the Nessmuk Trio. He had a fixed blade. He had a folding knife, lockback with 2 blades on it. I can't remember the pattern name. And then he had a hatchet. And that's what he took out on the back with a little knapsack, some fat, some salt, and everything else he caught. Fishing rod, right? So this was part of his Nessmuk Trio. And that tradition is also, you can kind of see it also in the Northern Hunter, the Canadian knife, and other things like that. This Scandi grind, of course, is a grind that won't shave. It's really good at bushcraft stuff. It will shave, and it will make a feather stick. It absolutely will. But you can see it's kind of thick behind the edge, which makes it, honestly, pretty good for chopping wood and things like that. So this version and this pattern of it looks and feels great. Like it's going to be really easy to use in the field. You can see this one is a full convex grind all the way up. And I believe that Nessmuk himself probably had a high saber version of this. Maybe just a saber grind or a flat grind. I'm not 100% sure how his was ground. But it wasn't a Scandi. I can say that with 99% confidence. So traditional, yes. This hump, though, is a little bit, it's not the full curve that you have of the traditional Nessmuk, but very efficient. And just to compare this to like the Canadian Northern Hunter. So I have an extra large Northern Hunter, but this is the small version, but you can get the sense of how I'm saying they definitely share some DNA with each other. The handles and the ergonomics, though, are slightly different, but the purpose and the reasoning behind it is similar. So this is a knife for small game and for bushcraft, and you know it's going to work really well. Now this is chunkier and feels bigger, and this is a European take on it by a Spanish company. So it is a little bit of a hybrid to me. It's like taking some of the DNA, but it's its own version. This handle, for example, the ergos on this is much more of a hammer grip, much harder, but it's still got that flare and that curve, and it's thicker in the butt, which a lot of the Northern Hunters and Nessmuk designs have. And then it's got this S-shaped curve here, but this hump is just a little bit different. It's not flowing like this, right? Or even like this, which has less of a hump, the Northern Hunter. Brass pins are nice. The G10 liners are great. This is definitely a heavier knife too. Like it's just all around, it's thicker too. You can see like my Nessmuk is super thin compared to that. This is the Bark River version. So yeah, however, it's pretty, I have an extra large Northern Hunter. I don't have it down here on the table. It's actually up in my knife block, but it is pretty thick too. This feels darn thick though. Let's take a look at this sheath. So nice little dangler sheath here. Got this extra piece of leather. What's that extra piece of leather for? It's for going through this hole and then tying it to your thigh so it doesn't flop around too much. But very nice little sheath for the belt. And, you know, if you don't want a dangly, you can ignore that or even take this off and then just put your belt through there. For 150 bucks, I believe it is, maybe it's 140. This is a screaming good deal, and the steel is great. I need, this is just an unboxing of first impressions. I don't know if this is going to rank high on all the Nessmuk type knives I have or not. That might be a video for another time. I will say for its price point, it's kind of blasting things out of the water, and especially if you're a fan of 14C28N. Like this is, I think, crew wear. Yeah, this is crew wear, so, you know, that's pretty sweet here. Whereas this, I believe, is ABL. And, yeah. And I have some other Nessmuks that I'll compare this to later on. Let's get some dimensions on this real fast. Let's finish up this video. So we've got a 4.5-inch blade, no, 4-inch blade, just over 4 inches. It's probably metric, duh, and 8 3/4. So a nice honky knife. I would call this a middle, not a small knife, not like this guy, right? But I would call this in the middle ground for me. Some people would call this a small knife. When I carry like a 7 or an 8-inch field bushcraft knife, it just doesn't feel that comfortable to me. I do have a few examples like that, but this range in here where it's around 9 inches overall and it's like a 4-inch blade, for me is the sweet spot. You know, it's something to consider too. So Joker, awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Low Country Hillbilly. Absolutely awesome. You are the man. I really appreciate you sending this into the channel. It helps me as well as all the viewers get a chance to see this and compare it to other things. And I haven't decided if this will be part of my Christmas giveaway. It might very well be. I'm saving up some stuff for a nice big like holiday season giveaway. But before now and then, I will definitely be using this and testing it and doing a full review rather than an unboxing and first impressions. But this is absolutely incredible. Woo-wee! Thank you so much. You guys like this? What do you think? What is the next Joker I should potentially get? I'd really be curious to know what you think about that. Please leave a comment, subscribe, turn on notifications. That helps out too. And if you're wondering what I'm doing right now, at the last couple of frames of a video, I usually set up a little photo, take a screenshot, and that becomes my thumbnail. So thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Thank you to my Patreon supporters and everyone else. See you next time on Sharp Ends. Bye-bye now.